had to move around and get some work done. So we are in the Tesla. I actually want to show you some new drinks that I just got that are supposed to be healthy because they're organic. And I want to show you because, you know, we are on our health and wellness journey. Salty. This is blue spirulina. This is chlorophyll. And I haven't opened this one yet. But the spirulina is, it says improves memory function. It has vitamin B and it's an antioxidant. The chlorophyll one, this one, chlorophyll is good for like cleaning out toxins in your body. It actually helps promote like you not to smell. It's like a deodorizer from the inside out. But they don't have like little caps on it, so just be careful when you open them. This one's a little sour. It just tastes like lemonade, to be honest. But let us get into feeling discouraged, feeling burnt out. What do I do? What do I do when I feel discouraged and I'm burnt out and I feel like enough is enough? I'm fed up with it. And it just really puts you in a stagnant state where you're like, you just get agitated. You just start reacting to people instead of responding. And you know, feeling discouraged could trigger a lot of emotions to come out of us, right? I don't even got to tell you that because you know that. You know when you're, you know, not at your best level of friendliness, you know? Feeling discouraged makes you feel, like you don't want to talk to anybody, right? Well, I don't want to sound basic saying this, right? I'm not going to be basic saying this because there's a difference between straining and praying. Straining and praying. Tell me in the chat what you think straining versus praying means. Because for me, straining is like, oh, I'm begging you, God. Like, what? I'm mad at you. I'm mad at the world. I'm, oh, pretty please, begging. Always asking for something, but never saying what you're grateful for, or if you could just sit with me. Can you just sit with me while I go through this? Instead of asking, having your cake and eating it too with God. He don't like that either. Just like humans don't like when people treat them that way. God doesn't like that either. He sees your malintention with it, right? So, praying is pure versus straining in prayer. Excuse me. So, hey, who's in the chat with me? How you doing? Leave a comment in the chat. Tell me where you're from. And what are you up to? Are you feeling discouraged? Are you feeling burnt out? Are you feeling like enough is enough? I need some soulful juice to just enlighten me and wake me up. Yeah, I know how that feels. And every time I felt discouraged and I would tell people about it, like, oh, you know, I'm feeling discouraged, what do they always say? Oh, well, you'll get out of it. It's just a slump. It's just work through it. What if I don't want to? What if I don't want to do what you're telling me to do because it's so basic? It's not full of oomph. It's just surface level and you're telling me this. Oh, you know, you could tell anyone that. That's just like you having a conversation with someone and they want to refer to everybody instead of you. Us. You and us. Instead of, oh, well, everyone, I'm treating everyone like that right now. Why are you bringing everyone in our conversation when I asked you specifically, why are you treating me like this? Discouragement brings out a lot of emotions in us that we didn't even think we had. And you got to question yourself, am I discouraged because what I'm passionate about is not working for me? Or am I discouraged because I'm trying all these things that aren't meant for me? Are they meant for you? Ask yourself that before getting into discouragement mode. Right? I see people popping in and out. So are we feeling discouraged or not? I'm in LA. Where y'all at? 555 on the live clock. Yes, let's get it. That's a sign that this is going to go so well today. It goes well every day, but we got to keep it going. I forget the word, but you know, I'm always doing my lives in my house, and I'm like, I could not be there today, so I just pulled over quickly so we could get our live in, because you know, your girl does not make excuses. We don't make excuses in here. We do what we say we're going to do. We are women of our word. We are men of our word. That's the only thing we could stand upon. We can only stand on our word and our action. If you keep saying, oh, I'm going to do this to someone that you love, that you care about, that's always checking in on you, and you don't ever end up doing it, what does that make them think of you? I know, you know, some people are going to be like, I know, but I don't care what other people think of me. What do you think of yourself if you keep saying, I'm going to do this and never do it? Because that sounds kind of cowardice, you know? Feeling discouraged also goes hand in hand with feeling bad for ourselves, right? If we have a strong mentality, a strong mindset, we will feel discouraged less and less moving forward, right? Because think of it, everything is psychoanalytical, everything is psychological in our head. So when we're thinking like, oh, this isn't working out for me, that's just in your head. It's just not working out on your timing. What about God's timing? Your timing is not God's timing, right? Your timing is not God's timing. You're feeling discouraged? Stop straining and start praying. That is the word of the day. Because for me, when I get in my little modes of poor me, I gotta quickly brush that off, because I know it's just that my brain trying to trick me. I know it's just the devil trying to trick me and get in me. And it's like, he can't hear when we talk in our head. He could only hear when we talk out loud. So that's why we got to be so careful what we say out loud. When we say if instead of when. If I get rich. When I get rich. If you keep saying if, or yeah, maybe in another lifetime, like you keep saying things that are doubtful. Changing our word phrasing is so critical, because the devil wanted to play tricks on us when we keep doubting ourselves and putting that energy out there, right? So that causes discouragement. But think about, if I am more abundant with what comes out of my mouth and what I say and what I do, that's going to happen less and less over time. But I know too many people that when they get discouraged, they lean into it. They act like they don't want anyone to know, but then they go and tell people and be like, but I didn't tell anyone. But have you heard that before? Like, maybe it was you or someone you know that was like, oh, you could tell that they're not really in their right mode, and you're like, what's wrong? And they're like, oh, I'm just feeling discouraged. Like, they try to hide it because they want you to question them about it. This is ego. This is pride driven. Okay? Like, when we feel discouraged and we're seeking help, we're seeking guidance, we're seeking motivation, inspiration, someone to hold on to and lead us to the right path, we let our ego and pride get in the way. God's pride, God's ego is truth. It's not trickery. The devil only tricks and tries. God only teaches. So when we're thinking negative thoughts and getting, oh, I feel burnt out, like I've just been doing this too much, think about it as, I get to do this. I can't believe I get to do this. Like, I'm creating my dream business instead of, oh, I gotta do so much work. I gotta do this, that, and the third just to get this, and huff and puff and huff and puff. Is that helping you? Is that helping you get ahead? No, that energy is not putting your business forward. Your business is not going to flourish with the negative energy. And you may be thinking, well, it's not negative energy. It's just how I feel in the moment. Everything is an energy force, right? So if I'm huffing and I'm puffing and I'm blowing the house down, talking, oh my God, like this is so much work. See, I'm a Turo host. Let's just say this as an example. If you don't know what Turo is, it is a car renting app that you can put your car on and people can rent your car from you. You set your own pricing and everything. I clean my own cars, right? So, like, car rental agencies hire big people, or sorry, not big people, they hire like big groups of people to clean their cars, and they pay them, and I could pay someone to clean all my cars, but I do it myself because I know I haven't gotten to that specific level of profit that I want to be at yet. I haven't scaled enough to need to pay someone, right? And we just have to be self-aware, because self-awareness is to be alive, right? Numbers never lie. Men and women, humans lie. Numbers never lie. So if I know I don't have enough cars, I don't have enough profit yet, keyword, when I have that profit, when I get to this top tier number that I'm thinking of, that I'm looking at, of course I'm gonna scale out. But I'm not complaining about, oh, I gotta clean my cars. No. Why would I complain about that? I decided to be a host, right? And when I think of other people that literally could not handle this business structure, because they would be like, oh, well, it's too much work. Well, it's a lot of work going to your 9-to-5 that you hate too. And I'm not saying everyone hates their 9-to-5. I know people that love their jobs, and that's amazing. That's amazing, okay? God loves you. He does. All of us. And I'm so glad he chose me to be his child. But anyways, no, why would I complain about that when it is making moves, making work? It's in the works of becoming huge. Why would you give up right before it gets huge? You're putting in work day after day after day. Okay, maybe there's some days that you don't get a booking. Maybe there's some days that no one calls, that no one wants to buy from you, that no one wants to take your business course. Nobody wants it today. Is that going to discourage you? Yes. Yes. In all reality, it will discourage you when, okay, I've been going on a good roll. It's been good. It's been groovy. But then all of a sudden, no sales, no bookings, no calls. Everyone's saying no, no, no. You'll get in your head like, what is happening? Like, why is God doing this to me? And then instead of straining and you start praying, imagine the wonders he does for you. You ask, you pray, you set forth out and say, I want you to just sit with me in this moment. I want you to just feel it out with me. What do you think happens? Because when you ask and you receive more than you even asked for. And you get put off. What? I didn't ask for this much. It's funny to me because, you know, I actually do feel more comfortable on live at home because there's so many distractions. Like people walking, cars going by. I feel like I'm in bird brain mode. But, you know, I hope I'm making sense and you could really like relate with this, because when we get discouraged and feel like down and bad about ourselves, what happens? We get in this stale, stagnant, stuck mode. What does that do for bettering ourselves or our career, our family, our partnerships, our relationships, our mental? If our mental just stays where it's at, it's not going to expand. Anything you give attention to expands. Everything you give attention to expands. You give God your life will expand. You put so much emphasis into complaining and all the time, that's going to expand. Whatever you put your attention to expands. Think about that. Okay? Because when people start talking, start being drama, start talking, and you're like, oh, well, I want to listen too. Well, another person's like, oh, well, I want to listen too. And it's just like around a telephone. Do we want to do that? No. No, we don't want to do that. We want to have our own perspective. We want to know the truth. And what is the only way we can know the truth? It doesn't matter what you believe in. This is a no judgment zone. Right? And what I do when I'm discouraged, I stop straining and I get praying. And what happens? It might not be instant. It might not be the next day. It might be in a few weeks. It might be in a few months, but it happens. For years, I was saying, oh, I want to live in California. I'm not from here. I'm from the Midwest. And for years, up until I was like 15 years old, I'm like, I'm going to live in Cali. I'm going to move to LA. And I had the discouraging moment when I hit 18, because I told all my family I'm moving out when I'm 18. But I wasn't set up for success to be able to move out when I was 18, right? I didn't save money. I didn't have credit, nothing. So it took me 2 years to build up stability, work at a job that I enjoyed, you know, build up my credit, just get everything together. And once I hit 20, I'm like, I gotta go, baby. Like, it's just a whole mindset shift. We really gotta shift our mindset, because what happens if we just stay in one mode? If you know something's not working, obviously you gotta make a change. Yes? We get discouraged and, oh, this is not where I want to be at. Well, what can you do to get out of your situation? And this isn't trying to be like offensive or anything, but it's like we need that push. We need that hard love. Like, that's what I needed. And I didn't have that, so I did it for myself. And that's why I'm on here right now, to push and nudge you. Because if you clicked on this video for a reason, you feel discouraged, you feel burnt out, you feel like enough is enough. I've been putting in everything into this. Challenges only make us stronger. And if you're afraid of challenges, if you're afraid of climbing up that mountain, of looking over to the next one, how are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to get stronger if you don't keep going up? If you don't keep pushing? Growth is not linear. Growing, what do we experience when we grow? When we're little until we get bigger. Why do babies cry when, hey Cooper, how you doing? What are you up to? We're talking about discouragement, feeling burnt out. What do we do? What do you do when you're discouraged? But I was just talking about like babies, when they're teething, they cry a lot because it hurts. And that's growing. You're growing. Growing pains are real, and they're always going to happen no matter what age we are. Hey Michael Coop, what's up? How you doing? Where are you from? I'm in LA. Everyone tell me where they're at. It's hot today. I'm by the beach, but there's a lot of mountains around me. It's beautiful today. Got home from work, Cooper. Okay. What are your plans for the rest of the evening? Because I gotta do this video, since I told people, and I stand on my word. I'm a woman of my word. And if we aren't people, if you're not a man of your word, what are you? Baltimore. Okay, I never been there before. I never been to Baltimore, but that's in the Midwest. Baltimore's in the Midwest, right? Michigan? Is that right? It's not hot where I'm at. Oh, it's not. Shh. I mean, it's a good hot though. It's not like Texas or Arizona or Vegas hot. Oh, Maryland. I knew it was with the M because I actually know someone from Maryland, and they kept saying, talking about Baltimore. East Coast. Yep. We love the East Coast. I love the East Coast, but I haven't been over there this year just because I've heard it's been raining so much. It is a good temperature outside. And I would show you, but it's just so many distractions behind me. I got the beach right in front of me. But what are y'all doing today? Y'all clicked on this video because you just seen I was live, or because you actually feel what I'm talking about? Let me take a sip of this, because you know we're healthy on our health and wellness journey. I'm waiting for y'all to respond in the chat. Think I'm just sitting here pretty? No, I really got some tea. I really got some stuff to spit. But I want to hear from y'all. What do you do? This isn't sugar water, baby. So you could go skedaddle on another live, because this is a non-judgmental zone. And how you know if there's sugar in it? Cooper, please, you got my back. You know I'm not like this. But when people are hating, they could hop off my live and they can bye-bye. Bye, Doc. You can log off now, or you can get blocked. Cooper, I already know. You got my back. Where does it say there's sugar in this? There's spirulina, there's lemon, maple syrup, and H2O. I literally just told you. Bro, you're getting blocked. Okay, see, you know, I don't get heated. See, my face is getting red. We don't need no hate comments on my channel. Like, all we talk about and promote is health and wellness, motivation, striving to be our best self. You know, just inspo, motivation, because I'm not with all the shh. I'm not with the shh. It's like, so as soon as I see something that's a red flag, or you're projecting onto me or the people I'm with and around, sorry, I'm reading the comments. Cool, I would love to come to LA to get away. It's too much going on here. What do you mean it's too much going on there? Because it's a lot going on in LA, baby. This is a no hate zone, period. Like, I don't come on here to talk shh. We talk truth. We talk real on here. We're supportive. This is a safe community and zone. And that's why when I talk about feeling discouraged, it's something that we all experience. So tell me about a time that you were discouraged and what you did about it, what you did to get out of the discouragement zone, and you really got your oomph again. You got your speed, you got your energy back. What happened? What triggered you to feel that pizzazz again? I want to know, because every time I would feel discouraged in my spiritual era, it would just kind of be like a blur, you know. But since turning to God and like having other people, having godly women in my life and feeling discouraged, it's like we need community. And if you're trying to like be antisocial and figure everything out by yourself, I'm sorry, but you know, America is trying to push this movement of independence. And you know why they're doing that? Because it's not good for us. They capitalize off of us being unhealthy. So what do we do to be healthy? What can we do to be the 1%? Not feel discouraged, change our perspective, change our psychoanalysis, analysis. Let me get the word out, Nade. Let me get the word out. Change what we consume. See, exactly. When I seen a bad message, they got deleted. They get reported right away, because we don't have time for that. We don't have time to go back and forth, and we don't have time to argue with people who are not on our level. If you haven't done better than me, why should I listen to your advice or you criticizing me? Think about that. Do you let people that haven't done what you are trying to do pitch in? Don't let people pitch in. Don't let them have a say when you know what's best for you. They don't know what's best for you, right? We don't need the, oh, that's a big B. We don't need unsolicited advice. When we're speaking with people, when we're talking to people that we love and we want to see them at their best, all we can do is say, do you want advice or do you want me to just listen? Most of the time, okay, no, it's kind of like half and half for me. Some people will say, I want advice, and some people will say, no, I just want you to listen. And I've had a few people in my life, I would tell them, I just want you to listen. I don't want advice. And they're saying, well, why are you telling me then? It feels good to talk to people with good energy. We have to uplift each other. Yes, exactly. Because as soon as someone gets to negatively chiming in their perspective, it switches the whole mood. It switches the whole vibe. Hey kid, how you doing? What you up to today from Florida? Did I say it with a little southern accent? Yeah, because think about it. You have that one person in the group that's just always negative, always boo-hooing, and Florida. I say it right? Florida. 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 Okay. I wish I could hear y'all voice on here. That would be so much more like, I mean, you could do that. We could go live together actually. Like, I seen that I could like invite people to go live with me. Let me see. At least 1 minute. I don't know if I could go live with someone while I'm already on here. Laughter is the best medicine. Good energy. Like, there's people in my life that are just so negative and complain about stuff, and like you, I always try to uplift and have a better point of view on things, but some people are just stuck in that way of thinking, and we can't take them out of it. It's like we got to accept them, or distance ourselves, or let it go. There's 3 options. Accept it and deal with it, knowing that you're gonna feel away every time that you speak with them. 2, what's the word? Confront it. Like, I don't like when you talk like this around me, and if they don't want to change, then we distance. We have timestamps, baby. Like, no, we can't be around them for more than an hour. You know, having that distance, or simply cutting off if it just gets to be too much. Got home from work. The studio. You just got home from the studio. What'd you work on today at the stew? Did you work with anyone fancy today? You want to talk about this is sugar water. There's no sugar in this whatsoever. And does it look like water? No. It's salty. I'm gonna show you. Salty. Negative energy is draining. I recently just cleaned out my social media. I did like a clean slate of unfollowing, following people, unfollowing and following people that actually feed you. They feed your soul. So I follow fitness people, I follow health and wellness people, I follow faith-driven people. Instead of, before I was following like Shade Room, all the female rappers talking about each other, and it's like, no, I don't need that. I don't need to know the drama right now. I'm over it. What is that doing for me? You know, what's that doing for you? Do a social media audit. Oh, thank you, Cooper. You're so sweet. Nah, we don't need sugar in our water anyway, because you are funny. I didn't go today. I went to my actual job. Oh, okay. So you only go to the studio on the weekends? And do you like your job? Like your actual job? You're funny. Because when I had my like actual job, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it until like the last few months, where it just got hella messy. Like, just the people there, it was just getting super messy, you know. Change of management, you already know how that goes. And it's like you know when that's your breaking point. You know when you're like, I need to skedaddle on up out of here. And it was scary, but it was a great turning point because look, I moved to LA. And you know, it was a show. It was a show moving out here and, you know, having to get up out the mud. But now, just the past, like, I'd say 2 months, it's been good, baby. And that's all because of God. That's all because of him. Yeah, that's good then. Yes. So do you definitely do. But my birthday's coming up and I do want to go out of town, do a little travel vacay. Yeah, it's out. Yeah, my job was easy too. It was enjoyable. And it's like the only reason I was able to get to this point was because from my actual job, I saved and invested the money that I made. You know, so like saving, having that emergency fund for anything, and then having a whole investment account for, okay, this, I'm going to put this much into this investment. I'm going to do it in a safe one, in a risky one, to see what gives and what takes, you know. Thank you. How is it in Florida right now? Do you like it right now? I've been seeing so many videos on how it's raining so bad everywhere except here. I've been seeing videos Midwest, South, East Coast. It's been raining hella. And over here, we're on the West Coast and we're thriving. Like, everything is green, it's lush. I'm not feeling no sense of discouragement. Hot as a bitch. Facts. Yeah, I'm already knowing, but see, there you have a lot of humidity. And here there's no humidity. Where I'm from, there's a lot of humidity too, like super wet and sticky. But I am loving Cali summer. It's not wet and sticky. You just go outside, and it's not even like Arizona or Texas where it's just super hot and dry. It's like the perfect weather out here. What's your favorite movie genres? Ooh, we getting gritty on this. I like action movies. I like comedy. You know, I don't really like slow drama. Like, I like a lot of action or like really funny. Because we want to laugh and we want to feel an adrenaline rush, right? And I was living in Minnesota before LA. Called like Minnesota. Y'all probably haven't even heard of Minnesota before. Don't lie. Don't lie. Because I've told a few people out here that I'm from Minnesota. And they're like, oh, it's cold there. Oh, it's so much snow there. And I'm like, I still like, you know where it is. Yeah, I like Prince. I don't really listen to his music, but when it's played, it's good, it's decent, you know. It's not really my genre of choice, but it's Prince. Yeah, Prince is from Minnesota. They have his house as a whole museum there right now, actually. Like, I never went there, but my family wanted to go, and I'm gonna go be visiting them soon, so we gonna make some plans. I like the Vikings. You like the Vikings? Because nobody likes the Vikings. Like, everyone that I've talked to is like, dang, the Vikings been sucking. But I guess this year they've been making a comeback. And I'm not really a fan, to be honest. Just because I'm not into football. That's the only reason. You want me to be honest? Let me be honest. Let's keep it real. Did you ever try into boxing? You know, I actually got laser treatment 2 days ago, and you have to refrain from sweating for 72 hours. So I got the AC on. I'm trying not to sweat. I want to go outside and work out so bad, but I gotta calm down for one more day. I think for my birthday, I want to go to the Caribbean. Have y'all been to the Caribbean before? And see, so many people I know who have like not been out the country feel that like little discouragement of, oh, you know, I'm comfortable here. Like, oh my God, like, don't they use different money there? They speak a different language there. Like, so many people feel scared of going out the country that I've talked to. And I'm like, why are you scared? Just because it's going to be different? And that's part of getting out of your own boundaries. How are you going to learn if you just stay in the same place your whole life? Right? Of course it's uncomfortable, but we got to move through the discomfort. As I always say, and I'm going to keep saying it until people start hearing what I got to say. Oh my God, I never went to the Bahamas. Please tell me about the Bahamas. I was just looking at doing like a cruise through the Bahamas, but I've been to Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, Jamaica when I was really little, Mexico, Hawaii, just to think of like tropical places. But I'm thinking Bahamas, like a cruise, DR, the Dominican Republic, or what else? I was thinking another place in Mexico, like Cozumel. I was small though back in 2001. Yeah. Yeah, that's like me when I went to Jamaica. It was in 01, I believe. I would definitely go back because they're popping. They're popping over there, and their food, baby. I want me some jerk. You a jerk. I'm a jerk. I like action comedy stand-ups. Yup, same. Okay, but I can't relate with you on the horror. I cannot relate on the scary movies. I cannot. Ugh. You can keep the scary ones, Cooper. But I could relate with you on everything else except the horror. Deuces. Like Chris Brown said. Yes, jerk it's your ish. You know, I noticed when I was boxing the day before I went for laser hair removal that when people box, they always, when they punch, they'll be like, ish, 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 ish. And I'm like, why do they do that? So it helps maintain breast support. And I'm like, well, let me try doing it. Ish, ish. It does help, because before I was like hella stiff, and when you're stiff, you can't be as quick. You can't be like, I was all like super tight and stiff. You gotta relax. And so when you relax, you be faster. You pump quicker instead of being super tight, and you know what I mean? Because it makes you slow, and we don't want to be slow. We want to be fast. Yeah. Yeah, because think about it. They always say slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. But what happens if you go super fast and you just keep riding on out? You'll be up to the 1% in no time, above everyone else. And then you could help them, you could lead the horse to the water, but you can't force them to drink. I love that simple quote, that simple saying, because it's like, I don't know if you feel like this, but I've tried to put so many people on and they just don't take. They don't take, and it's frustrating because you're like, I really care about this person, but they don't want to be put on. They don't want to be helped. They don't want this business idea that I'm giving them for free. Giving you game for free, and you don't want to take it? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you feel that way too. Like, if you've tried to put on your friends, your brother, your sister, your family, and they're just like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Like, why aren't we? I appreciate you, kid. And I want to update. I want to update on the ChatGPT list, on the music industry list, the emails. Yup. I'm waiting on that. Honestly, though, I am. Because, see, when people have tried to help me, like, I got help with my credit. My man Reggie helped me with my credit. He helped me, like, utilize my credit because I didn't know what to do with it. I knew I had good credit, but I wasn't utilizing it to my best ability because I didn't know, like, I could qualify for these business loans, etc. Well, recently I just qualified for a very large business loan that's helping me with my business, and I'm like, I would have never known that if it wasn't for him. He taught me, you know, and it helped me out. But see, a lot of people are afraid of anything to do with credit. They're like, oh, well, I don't know how that works. And it's like, America, I can't speak upon every other country, but America, we run on credit. Like, your credit is so important. In some areas, they don't run credit for apartments or homes anymore, but where I'm from, they do. And see, and I put 2 of my girls on to fixing their credit because it's so important. Like, it's so important to get just anything nowadays. I feel like it's just gonna keep getting more important. So my girl was over $200,000 in debt because of school, and I helped her not pay that back legally. Okay, we're not doing nothing illegal. Nothing illegal. It is all in our face. It is all legal, you know. But we don't see, there's so many things that are legal right in our face that we don't grasp because nobody promotes it. Like, the government, you know, society doesn't push it onto us because then we would all be woke. You feel me? All I'm gonna say is look up Credit Karma. I'm gonna tell you right now, look up Credit Karma. It's so easy, like literally the easiest thing ever. It takes 5 minutes. Like, anyone who is serious about their credit, look it up. Okay? It's so helpful. Like, I'm not about to say too much on here because this video is about, you know, feeling discouraged. We've gotten so off topic and I'm sorry, my bad. But yeah, so it's just, though, most of the times we feel discouraged just because we don't have access to the information. We don't have the resources. No, you're good. That was me. That was on my part. But we get discouraged because we don't have the resources. We don't have the mentor. I don't know what to do next. And that's why when we reach out, sorry, I like zoned out for a second, but we have to reach out instead of thinking, oh, God will give it to me in right timing. We can't just rely on that. We need to reach out too. We need to network too. And see, this goes with UK. We talking about networking. But we can't just expect the energy to fully take care of us, because look, if we say we want to network and we want all this capability and sociability, and we sit in the house, it's obviously not going to work like that, right? So we got to use the godly energy and our energy together. That's what makes the pure magic. Like, by the next time I'm live on Friday, I want to hear that you sent the email to at least one music industry professional. For real, for real. I want to hear that you sent it. Oh my God. When I had my first call, my first call with one of my business platforms, I was so nervous. Like, I was sweating. I had an adrenaline rush. I felt like I was going to keep stuttering. And I didn't. As soon as, they answered on the other line, I'm like, hello. Like, professional. I was super professional. And it's like, when something is serious to us, if you don't start sweating, if you don't start like feeling adrenaline or nothing, it's not meant for you. It's not meant for you. If you don't start to feel like hot about it, that's why it's called passion. For real. Yes. That's why it's called passion. Because if we don't have that drive behind it, it's not going to work for us. Just like with Amazon. I told you on live last time, I was doing Amazon. I didn't have pure intentions with it. So obviously it didn't work out for me because I was not passionate about it. I was driven by this. And when we solely like put our drive into money, it doesn't work. Well, action, this is cool. So I always used to think we have to be motivated to do things, but it's kind of the other way around. Action leads to motivation. So if we solely rely on our emotions and how we feel, that can lead to us feeling like, oh, I want to do it. But motivation only comes from, okay, I put in the action a little bit, I like it, or I know what it's going to do for me, selling results. So that's what leads to the motivation. If I know I want to, I need my birthday body, I need to work out, I want some abs, I want to tighten up. I'm saying all this for example, right? I'm saying, oh, I want my body to look different on my birthday, for example. I want to look different, right? I think that way right now, but what is actually going to change that? When I go to the gym, when I work out, right? And then when I go, it's going to be painful. Like, oh, I hate this. I hate this. But what's going to motivate me to keep going and keep doing it? Oh, because I want that result. I want that end result. I want it to look this way on my birthday. In 2 months, it needs to look this way. That's my motivation. Or another example, like, well, we have 5 months left to this year. And say you tell yourself, I need to be rich by December 31st. By January 1st, 2025, I need to be rich. I can't keep sitting in my own misery, right? Well, what do I do about that? If we wait for motivation to come along, it's just going to keep coming along. We got to put in that action, put in that work. Like, just for example, I'm saying, I'm not like trying to come at nobody, right? Say that you say that like I need to be rich by January 1st. Okay? Well, what are things that you are passionate about that you can expand within 5 months, within that time frame? Because anything you put your attention to expands. Let me just say it again. Oh wait, you didn't mean what? My bad, kid. What did you mean? What did you mean what didn't you mean? See, I be going into depth on words, on sayings, so don't mind me. I'm not like trying to come at no one. I like speaking the truth and just really examining and playing doctor with these phrases, with these words. Oh yeah. Yeah, about being motivated, but you're right. Yeah, facts, because I, for so long, for years, I let motivation be my source, and that, honestly, it led me just to a bunch of side hustles that I didn't care about, and I was just doing it for the money on. And what I said this last time, none of them worked out because it was malintended, right? I was letting motivation run me. Oh, I just want money. That was my motivation. But when we get specific, when we get intentional about our decisions and our goals, like for me, I'm not speaking upon it yet, because there's just some things that are personal that you're not ready to share yet. But like with my new business that I am working on right now, I am allowing action to be at the forefront before motivation. Of course, success is the goal for the majority of us, right? And a lot of us don't know how to get there, but that's why we have to implement the tools. We have to put the tools in front of us. We have to reach for the tools, because tools are not just put in our face. Do have a plan to be too rich by the end of the year. Period. Be rich by the end of the year. Yes. I love it. No, because we're going to be. Okay? A lot can change in 90 days. A lot can change in 5 months. Like, I did not think, for example, I did not think in September of 2023 that I would be living in LA in December 2023. It was just very sudden. It was just like I gotta go. We get in spurs of the moment, and sometimes we don't need anyone to back us up. No, we're doing this. As soon as you get into thinking too much, asking too many people for their opinions, that's when you start to rethink and not go forth with your action. So we just did it. Bye-bye. Sometimes we just gotta jump right into it instead of dipping toes. And look, it's all come out on top and happen for the better. It's scary to take risks. It's scary to jump in cold water that you don't know what's under it. It could be the best thing that ever happened to you. Thank you. I appreciate you, kid. Yeah, it is the best thing. It has been the best thing, because I didn't know what was on the other side. And my first experience here was tragic. I never would have thought like I would have went through that, But on the other side of tragedy is what? On the other side of tragedy for me was the blessing, was magic, was God. God wasn't on the side I was on previously. I had to go through that to find God. And that's very deep for me to say, because see, there's just certain things that you don't like thinking about. I don't want to think about that, okay? But we all got some things that we feel discouraged on once in a while, and burnt out. Like, I was recently feeling burnt out because of social media, right? Triumph. Bless up, bless you, for real, for real. But social media was burning me out, and like Instagram, I was posting every single day a reel, and I'm like, this, I need to stop, because once you get on to start posting, you start consuming as well. And there's a difference between consuming and learning. We could say, oh, I'm on here to learn. Oh, I actually learned something. I learned a new quote today by consuming. But no, we didn't go on there intending to learn. We went on there intending to space out, to consume, to just let our brain take a break, so as to say, right? Yeah, so I don't know if have you ever felt burnt out by going on social media? Have you ever taken a break from social media? Because honestly, I took a 2.5-year break off of social media. I didn't log in. All I had was YouTube. All I had was YouTube. So it forced me to learn. It forced me to just be on YouTube and learn from all these free resources. Yeah, and that break really puts you into a different perspective. It makes you think of, you know, that all of that was a facade, all of that was fake, and it makes you think of what's real, that I can make a necessary change to get to where I want to be, where I need to be, right? That's ultimately what happened when I took that break. And I made a video about it too. It was like one of my first videos. What was it? I took a 2-year break from social media. I think that's what it was called, simply put like that. But it just reframes your mind into, because I know people who go on social media right when they wake up, and I'm like, whoa, 333, thank you God. I know it's not 333 where you're at, but it's 333 here, so you could feel the magic with me. But I know people who wake up and straight right away, before they even brush their teeth. Crucial. Brush your teeth before going on social media. That's crazy to me. How can you go on social media with your breath stinking? But yes, I know people who literally hop on social right when they wake up, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is an addiction. You're going on social before taking care of your hygiene. And that's where, for me, I was just getting sick of it, and I'm like, no, I really need to figure myself out, because I've been letting social interfere with my daily life, and that's what made me like get in a stuck mode, you know. So once I got rid of it, I started my first side hustle. I got rid of it, I zoned in, I tunnel visioned, and I focused on my first side hustle. And I'm like, yeah, like Bossman D-Lo said, yeah. I can't do it that deep, but you know how he says it. Yeah. I can't do it. I bet you could do it better than me in your real man voice. Why you say shaking my head? I love me some Boss Man. Mr. Pot Scraper. Mr. Pot Scraper. I like his music, not gonna lie. But I am actually at an hour. We're a little over an hour on live today. And I know this was a different setting. Like, it's more easy for me to talk in the house, obviously, because there's no distractions. But there was just so much going on, so I hope I made sense in what I was saying, trying to give out today. Word of the day by Nade. I hope y'all have a good night, you know, getting off of work and working on your side hustle and deciding to relax. Like, of course, we need to, you know, detach and relax. Detach, relax, and reprogram. But ultimately, the time after regular work is time to hustle. Time to hustle on that side hustle so you could say bye-bye to that job. You know? If you don't like it, of course. If you like it, don't listen to me. But that's what I had to do. I worked on my side hustle so much so I could quit that. You know what I mean? But yes, I'll see you on Friday. We'll go live again and I'll ask you about the music industry, the emails, and excuse me, and the ChatGPT. Okay? Thank you guys so much for getting on this live with me. And Ked, thank you so much for interacting. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you more on Insta later today.